ya from YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm Ira Bowman. This is my buddy, Joe Stepke, a.k.a. Batman. We should invest in dance lessons here, right?
I think I can do pretty good with it.
Yeah, well, this is an easy one. This is me bopping music, baby. Come on. Got something to say? Got a comment? Put it in the comments, people. We have no script. Joe and I are here to have fun. If you're here to have fun, let's have fun together. That's what it's all about. Let's turn that down. I try to start every show with some fun music. I don't know why I started doing it.
I like it.
I like it. I don't know. Most people don't. I don't know what it is. Maybe they don't know how. But anyways, people, welcome. Hey, Michael Connor is looking at us from LinkedIn. Hello there, my friend. I was talking to him. I talk to Mike a lot of days because we're buddies, and we do this thing on Tuesdays called Speed Networking.
He said he was in time for the hat, so I just want to do it one more time. So and Mike, if you notice, it's Chicago. So there you go.
That's
God,
awesome.
that is just terrible. I cannot wear that. So, God, that would be just terrible. This is more my speed. So if I was going to do anything, but that's a little bit different.
Your logo.
Yep.
So I've got this double echo thing going on. Can you hear that? Do you hear me twice or just hear me once?
I only hear you once.
Okay, good. So I can deal with it. I've been doing this a long time. I can adjust. But I'm getting, like, when you on the radio, sometimes you can hear yourself say it, and then you can hear the radio say it. That's the kind of effect I'm getting. But I do have some show announcements I want to make here. Let's see. Give me a second. So Mike O'Connor owns Service Professionals Network, and I run Project Help You Grow and Bowman Digital Media. And since he said hello, I just created a new event. We actually had to cancel it yesterday because, and we'll talk about this later, I had to go to the urgent care and spend the day with my wife in urgent care getting a CT scan. They were checking for brain swelling and for internal bleeding. And anyways, everything's fine, but it kind of took the day. So we were supposed to do this speed networking event yesterday, and we didn't get to do it. That's my fault. 2 weeks in a row that I've blown this thing. So the third time's the charm. Next Tuesday, the show will go on as planned, I'm presuming. But we call this speed networking with Mike and Ira. And I'm sorry because I'm trying to there we go. Check this out. Show you guys. Boop, boop. Share my screen.
Good. A bigger view of the back cave.
There it is. Okay. So if you are watching and you're looking to build your network, right? We do this every Tuesday. It's called Speed Networking with Mike and Ira. If you are on LinkedIn, you can actually go to an event page that I just created, and you're going to see this picture in the profile photo, and then it's got another picture. In fact, I'll pull it up and show everybody, but there's another screen I'll get to in a second. Speed network that it's like a cover photo. So I'll pull it up and then I'll share my screen. But anyways, I just want to let people know there was 100 people who signed up for that this week. So that's a pretty good event. The speed networking is just an opportunity for you to come in and meet other people that are also like-minded. They're looking to build their network. There's a host of things that you can do, topics that you can talk about, marketing, job search, SEO, finance. I mean, all kinds of stuff. There's even a couple weeks ago, I created a table called Throw Shade at Mike.
I remember.
I said this week, I made a table called Throw Darts at Ira. And the reason is, A, it's not always fun to pick on Mike, although, no, for me, it is always fun to pick on Mike, but not necessarily for everybody else. But then I thought, well, I was a bonehead and I messed up the last I messed it up. So I thought, well, maybe people might want to tease me. So anyways, there it is. Hey, we got a bunch of other people here on the show. Professor Pete, welcome. Maria, welcome. Rakesh, welcome. Bello, welcome. Sonia, welcome. George, good afternoon. Carol, welcome. You are from Texas. What part of Texas, Carol? I used to live in Hill Country, in between San Antonio and Austin, in a little town called New Braunfels. You might have heard of Schlitterbahn. A lot of people come. Okay. I'm not going to attempt that. You want to try that one there?
Which one? Diraja.
There you go. You're very good. You're very good. I got this. Oh.
LJ Barboza.
Here's another one for you. That's Slaptags.
Oh, I'm not even going to try to attempt
that.
That's
Slaptags. That's our buddy. Sherry Lolly owns that company.
You know what? When I see that, I think of How I Met Your Mother and the whole slap bet thing. So
now I'm going to help whoever this is, LinkedIn user and no picture. What this is this is in your security settings. You just want to go and open that up so that people can see you. It'll help you for Google searches and stuff too. So on LinkedIn, especially if you're a job seeker, I don't actually know who this is because I'm not looking at from LinkedIn.
Actually, it's Shane Watson. So hey,
Shane, all you have to do, if you want to, open up your security settings and then you'll come up like this as opposed to like that. So there you go. And this guy, you want to try this one?
I think it's Stupski. I don't know. I don't trust that guy. I would actually block him. You know what? You don't know how many people used to mess up my last name. So.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've just heard it. I know how it is. Stupki. I got it.
Carol DeLatte.
Carol is from Dallas. You know, when I lived in Texas, I was working for Thomas Printworks, which is actually before they were known as Thomas Reprographics. And I used to have to drive up to Dallas every 3 months. That's where they were headquartered, up in Richardson, of all places. So anyways, Dallas is cool. Liked it. Used to drive through Baylor and Waco and all those things to get there. Used to drive up 35 until I got to Fort Worth, go around and into Dallas. Anyways. Texas. Do we want to talk about you today and what you've been experiencing, or do we want to leave that off the table?
No, we can. That could be part of it. But you know what? You already started the whole thing with your wife.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We should talk about the health stuff.
So, yeah, I would go the health route.
Yeah. Okay. So let me explain what happened. A lot of people are curious. There was not an event yesterday. Like, she didn't get injured yesterday. She's been injured for a while. But she had she's been increasingly concerned. Seems to be ramping up. She's dizzy too. And so she's like, hey, I better call a nurse. So she did one of those virtual nurse calls. And the nurse told her during the consultation, hey, you need to come in urgent care and get a scan. So she was worried about brain swelling and possibly internal bleeding, brain bleed. And I thought, well, that does not sound good. So we went. But what happened is a few weeks ago, my wife was making more of those cloth masks. And she went to a fabric store to buy the fabric. And when she was there, some of I forget what they're called. They're the giant rolls of the fabric. They're called something. They've got a specific name for them. Anyways, 2 of them fell from the top shelf, and one whacked her right in the head real hard. Anyways, so that gave her the initial concussion. But then she was doing better. She went on the airplane to take my daughter to Florida, right, to drop her off to school. So when she got back, she's like, I don't think I should have flown because I'm feeling, worse. And we're like, okay, we'll just take it easy. Well, she was cooking one day last week, and she smacked her head on the counter as she was coming up, right? She's underneath something coming up. She smacked her head in the same spot, and that like totally re-injured it. So I guess it's kind of like when you have a broken pinky toe or something, and you're doing fine for a couple of weeks, and then you catch it on something, and you're like, oh, and all the recovery just went away. I think it was kind of like that. So anyways, we go to the doctor. We were there for, I don't know, 4.5, 5 hours by the time it was all done. They didn't give her any pain medicine, nothing. Oh, we she got the exams and they confirmed that she doesn't have brain bleed, but that's all we got.
What started it yesterday that made you take her?
The nurse called. So she did.
Okay, but what symptoms did she portray?
She's in real pain. She's like in excruciating pain to the point where she's like, when you have that pain and it's just there for days after days.
I get it. I just didn't know where it was started. However, there had to be an event that triggered you to call the nurse.
She was trying to put off going to the doctor and stuff because she didn't want us to have to pay the extra money. I mean, I'm self-employed, and so money is tight, as everybody probably could tell or guess, right? So we're not trying to be frivolous with our money. So she's like, I'm just going to tough this thing out. But she got to the point where she needed something, and anyway, so she wanted to call the doctor to get an exam. And Kaiser is who we're with. Kaiser has these, virtual nurse appointments. So the recommendation to actually go in was from the nurse.
Gotcha.
Just wait. Hey, let's schedule you an appointment the next time you can come in. It was like, no, you need to come in right now and get that, because the brain bleed obviously could be life-threatening.
Correct.
So
now fast forward, we all know you went in. So how is your wife now?
The same. I mean, I wish I could say everything's better. The part that's better, this is the part that's better. We know now, at least, as much that there isn't a brain bleed. She doesn't have brain swelling. Okay.
Right.
So just like a normal concussion, I guess.
Good.
But she still hurts.
Not good.
She's still dizzy. She's still dizzy and nauseous and all those things. She got a good concussion.
Well,
she's not better. But
right.
But they're not concerned that she's in, like, her life isn't in peril. You know what I mean? Yep. So she's just in pain. So if you want to pray for my wife, for the people, there was thousands of people here to pray for her yesterday, which, trust me, I'm thankful for all of them, on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, everywhere. I mean, It took me a long time to follow up. I don't know if you guys notice this, but I always try to comment or respond to every comment I get. I try to appreciate people who support me that way. So it took me over an hour to respond to all the comments that I got yesterday. And if I missed yours, I'm sorry.
Well, I did go. Yeah, you missed mine, but that's all right. I physically
probably ignored yours on purpose.
I know. I'm sure you did. But I was on the networking event, Ira. I went on. Ron Diggs was on. Him and I had a great conversation. Penny.
How many people? Was there a lot of people there?
Yeah. Penny came on, and then I don't know what Eric's, and there was a Patty Holsbrook. And if I'm missing any, but Matthew,
100 people
came on, and then Eric came on, and then for some reason my internet just something happened and it shut down, and then I just said, all right, I'm not going to go back in it, But Ron and I were saying you probably weren't coming because of that. We thought you were coming, Mr. O'Connor. So
Mike put on the event page on LinkedIn. This is another good reason to join that event page on LinkedIn. For one, it's going to give you more of an opportunity to network with people even before.
Right.
Also, we're going to update stuff like that. So Mike at 1:00 Eastern time had put on the that event page that it's canceled this week because of the injury.
Oh wow! I did not know. I didn't even know that we did that.
I didn't start making an announcement that it's canceled because I just presumed that that's people would see it, because like I said, the 100 people that I'm referencing that registered signed up on LinkedIn.
Right.
On LinkedIn. So, and we're gonna keep that as the official news dissemination place, right?
Sure.
So every Wednesday, I'm going to create the event page for the next week. And I did get that up right now. So In fact, I'm going to pull that up right now so that everybody can see it. Of course, I'm probably going to pull up the wrong one, which I did. So if you search speed networking, you just start typing it in, speed networking with Mike and Ira. It actually will come up as an event, but you might have to search because like the one I'm pulling up right now, it's pulling up last week's because there's more stuff for it. So you just have to, go to events and then I'm going to show you the page. Put the page. If you guys are watching and you want to sign up, here's the link. I just put it in the LinkedIn comments, but if you click on that, that'll take you to the. But now I'm going to pull this up so you guys can see it. Let me share my screen. Okay, here it is. So this is the new one. This is for September 22nd. And the 3 p.m. to 5:30 p.m., that's my local time. That's Pacific time. It actually starts at 6 p.m. Eastern and goes to 8:30 p.m. So you would have to adjust that for wherever you are. Like if you're Central Time, it's going to start at 5 o'clock. If you're in, it starts at 11 o'clock, right? So you just have to adjust for wherever you are. Yep. Now, these ones are not recorded. These are live only. But if you're in a place in the world where this time doesn't work for you because it's too late, I understand. We stand up event that's kind of on Thursdays, and it starts at 8 o'clock Pacific, which is 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, which is 8:30 p.m. and it's 6 p.m. in London. So anyways, that one's a little bit more user-friendly. But that's why if you look at the Ira guide, all my events kind of stagger when they start so that I can catch different people in different time zones. I am conscious about that. But sometimes, you can only do so much. I can't please every single. Oh, Mike said he should have checked. Yeah, you should have, but he's kind of a slacker, so I didn't know it would run without. Yeah, the event will run without the host. The only thing that you can't do on Remo, Mike, or anybody if you're watching, if the host isn't there, you can't do stage presentations.
Well, I tried to get on stage a couple times, but it was because after a few drinks, I was a little tipsy. I wanted to get on stage.
Pants on.
Not to. It was just terrible.
Pants on or pants on? Were you?
No, I had pants on at that time. Yeah, I was working. Thanks for asking.
I don't know why I would ask that. But okay, so that.
And just to. I'm wearing pants too today.
Yep.
I'm not in that club of shorts or the Nick Dorsey.
I have shorts on.
Club.
I have Dockers shorts on right now. I really do.
Well, good for you. It's all right.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a casual day here today. I'm doing some things a little different, trying to help while my wife recovers. So trying. Right. I don't know how successful I am, but I chewed out all my kids. Up the kitchen. Does that count?
Yeah, that does.
Out there, we had jelly on the floor and the counter, and we had like 3 bottles of peanut butter open, and I mean, it was just like. I'm pretty sure I won't have a maid coming later, but if I do, let me know. That's kind of cool. And my kids are all just looking at me with Dad, of course there's no maid coming. I'm like, yeah, so that's my point. You ate it, you clean up after yourselves.
And I agree with you, Mike. It is. It's a great way to grow for everyone. You are absolutely right doing what you said. I was looking at he had his Facebook. I was looking at his Facebook post, and I think it's from the UFC, or whatever he did, the ultimate. What was it, Mike, that you did?
Oh, he did MLA or what is that called? Mixed martial arts.
Was it mixed martial arts? I know he'll answer in a minute. Whatever it was a picture of him back in the day. And I think he was talking to his coach or something like that or whatever it was. So
you can actually watch Mike fight on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm really mad at Mike and I want to punch him in the face. Doesn't happen very often.
My God.
I just pull up one of those videos and I'm like, yeah, take that, O'Connor.
I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to look that up just to see what it looks like.
I'm gonna make a compilation of his best hits.
Yep.
Anyways, so last time we talked
Sorry,
about,
I didn't mean to advertise it. I know we're friends outside, like Ira and all of us are, so that's why I was just saying I saw that and I was thinking of you.
if you ever see they don't advertise his social media, you know he's full of crap. This guy likes attention more than I like cake.
MMA. All right. So mixed, just like you said, mixed martial arts fighter. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
He says, I'm sure. I don't know. That's okay. So remember last time, this was 2 weeks ago, we do a show. It's twice, every other Wednesday. We do this.
Every other Wednesday.
And last time we actually ended up spending quite a bit of time actually talking about Cobra Kai, which we don't have a script. In full disclosure, we're 20 minutes in, and who knows what the heck we're going to talk about the rest of the time. But I did, again, my wife. She is bedridden, not completely, but for the most part, she's staying in bed. Right? She's trying to recover. Dark room, all that stuff, to stay off her feet. So I have found a new show. It's called Hell on Wheels. Have you heard of it?
No, Hell on Wheels?
Yeah. So I like the cowboy shows.
Uh-huh.
I'm one of those. So this show is about a railway, one of the systems. I don't know how accurate this is, if it's based on reality or whatever. It's real enough for me. It's entertaining, but it's about, they're racing with some of the other railroads from, to connect California basically to the East Coast. And so, it's interesting because it's got everything. It's got the storyline of the railroad owner. It's got, the Indians. How do I say this politically correct? It was a time of slavery, but they were free. It was just after the Civil War. So it's got the North and the South, not just, the slave owners and the slaves, the former slaves at that point, they call them freaks, right? But there's also the North and the South, the people who fought in the army. Now they're working together, sometimes in their animosity, sometimes from, and it's got a church element. I mean, it covers all the whole gamut of that time. It's like going back in time. I think it's really, really well done. But
I actually have a question. Is there zombies in it?
No zombies.
No zombies. Is it a time traveling piece where Thanos or a snap finger thing?
No. And there's no Batman or Robin.
All right. I can honestly tell you, I will not be watching that.
Well, it's okay because I wouldn't. So look, I'm the nerd. I like to read real stuff and study real stuff. And you live in fantasy land. Hence, your background is a bunch of comic book characters. Yep. And I have got logos behind me, right?
Oh,
do we really need to discuss the difference between Joe and Ira?
No.
I'm a nerd and you're a nerd, but we're different kinds of nerds.
Yep, that is true.
That's why I don't know that I would make a good host for Batman After Dark or Batcave After Dark.
Or Joe After Dark or whatever.
Because I will watch it and I will support you, brother, and I'll be a guest anytime you want. But for me to host, I don't know anything about that stuff, right?
Well, now I know you and I talked, and I know I shared it.
This is the most true statement you're gonna read all day anywhere on the internet. Yeah, social media whore.
But I know I did that. I put that picture in our dream team thing, like in the group to show when I was Batman or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring it up. Hold on.
Look how big that is.
I still got to get a frame for it.
What size is that?
24 by 36.
Nice.
But that looks. Let me see. Hold on a minute. But man, I look good.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that was you if you didn't tell me.
Well, that is my younger. That's the way I looked when I was younger. So, and the funny thing about it,
that's the way you wish you looked when you were younger.
No, that's the way I did. Well, yeah, with the bat suit, absolutely.
That guy cartooned you up, bro.
No, I swear to God, he did not.
Like if somebody draws me, if I get like, you know what I mean? They're gonna draw me with nice, clean, pretty, straight.
Ira, let's not get ahead of ourselves. You put yourself on pictures, and I know how you make yourself look. So I know.
I don't Photoshop myself to make, I don't take out any of the wrinkles or the gray hair or the bald. I mean, look at that.
That's from I sent you the picture that he used of my younger self.
I know.
So it looked good. But my son, when my son first looked at it, he goes like this, Dad, that's not you, that's Bill Murray. I go like this, no.
Yeah, more, but I still see that as like he was interpreting you as a cartoon character.
Right.
Anyway.
Sabrina, you are absolutely right. I would do that. I just don't want to make it seem all right. So let me tell you who would be on the show, Sabrina. Besides like Ira, because I need some help with the whole, putting around. But in the back cave, so right outside these doors is a bigger part of the basement. And in that basement, I have book memorabilia and everything else.
You would explain comic book and
comic book memorabilia?
No.
What?
You could teach like okay, here's the Hulk, here's the storyline, here's the Green Lantern, here's the storyline, here's the Flash, here's the storyline. Because I would watch that even if I wasn't a part of the show. No idea. Like I have no idea on 99% of them.
You're right. I can do something where I'm talking about it, but I want to have the other people on there too. So Matt Herons, he's actually the one that drew that and painted the thing. I would have him on.
What if we do that?
One of my friends who's a gaming nerd lives in the neighborhood, Sean Watson. I was going to have him on too, and I'll try to find somebody else, but I was going to have a big poker table there.
Yeah.
Right in between the arcade and have the cameras up and everything. I thought it would have been the coolest thing to do.
I'm gonna write it down because we're developing a show idea here. So segments, right? You gotta have segments.
Segments, correct.
Yeah. So one of the segments, and let's say you do an hour show, you can figure out how to divide it up. But one of the segments could be explaining a backstory.
Right.
And then another thing about Comic-Con or that kind of stuff.
Right.
And another thing could be about video games or TV shows or movies. So it could be the entertainment part of it, and how there's so many different movies that have Superman in them. And then I know that they had this whole Marvel battle or whatever, right? With these.
And Ira, hold on a minute. I'm doing this for Professor Pete Alexander. Spoon! And that's the Tick's battle cry. So yeah, I would talk about the Tick, Professor. I hope he knew that, but
what is
I used to have the Tick as I used to have the action figure, and I loved it when they came out with the animated series. So
like Ant-Man thing with one of those little miniature dudes.
No, the Tick is not Marvel, nor is it DC. The Tick is from Dark Horse Comics, I believe. Am I right about that, Professor? I believe it's Dark Horse Comics. See, so all right, I am right. And the Tick is hilarious. He's like this big, like invincible oaf that is not smart at all. And Arthur is his like sidekick, and he has a moth suit. I think it's a moth suit, butterfly moth. It's a moth suit, but everybody teases him because he looks like a rabbit.
Because he's dressed like a moth. I mean,
yeah, he's dressed like a moth, but like the antennas look more like rabbit ears, and they make fun of him. So it is.
You guys have now. Look at me. You're my children. I would be disciplining all of you. You've wasted too much of your life if you know about this stuff. right? Like, get to work, people. This is why I run circles around you on social media, because I'm working. You guys are reading about ticks and dark. Watch this show, Hell on Wheels. You're going to learn about American history. It's wonderful. I don't know.
Yeah, that would hold my attention.
I don't know if it's accurate, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, I just finished Fear the Darkness.
Don't pick on me.
Or The Walking Dead, Fear the Darkness. And I'm waiting for both.
Zombie show. I've heard of that one.
Yeah. And The Walking Dead. So I think in October they have the new episodes coming.
I have not watched one single episode of The Walking Dead. Surprised?
No, I never watched any episode until 2 months ago.
But I know what it is. Sort of. It's a zombie show. That's what
it's a zombie show, but it's not the traditional zombie show. Like, my wife wonders when I was watching it, how come I could sit there, eat dinner while I'm watching the show?
Look here. This is why I like Sabrina, because she is a fellow smart person. This is not helping.
Oh, and Bat Manuel. Oh my God, Professor, you're absolutely right about that one. Bat Manuel.
This is not helping your case with me.
I'm sure it's not, but I'm still good with that.
Hey, this is why on social media I say, just be yourself. There are so many different types of personalities, and you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to put on airs or pretend to be somebody phony. There's enough different persons, you know what I mean? Like, whatever you're into, whether it's, history, like I like history. I like to learn. I'd rather learn about things that are real. So math and science and history and geology and all these things. I mean, for me, even business, I like that. I know, however, that most people think that's boring. They're not going to want to watch a movie about it or whatever. So that's not entertainment for them, but that's how I entertain myself. And actually, I read my Bible too for entertainment. I know that's not most people. That is who I am, and I don't pretend.
But that's all right. Just like you said with social media, it doesn't matter, Ira. It's what you could put out to everyone else and what they see you as. And I think that's, everybody. There's some people that like Batman. There's some people that like Superman. We've talked about that before.
Everybody knows that Superman would win.
Anyways, I didn't mean to go there. I was just trying to give the example that if you have people out there that they're going to like you for what you are. I'm a disabled vet. I used to do stand-up. I'm married to a New York Italian. But
she was getting feisty with me on Facebook.
The New York Italian. Yeah, she was. But I understood what you meant. She made the logo. You made the GIF, and that's the only thing.
You did an awesome job with the logo. Have you guys seen this? I'm going to pull this up. I love this logo. So hang on. Joe, the finance guy, y'all. His wife made his logo, which she did a really, really good job. So hang on, I'm gonna pull it up. So not that. God made that, but I took that logo and I turned it into a GIF because we want obviously people to visit his website, and so I did this.
I love the hat thing. How you put the hat on.
Yeah, well, that actually took a lot of work. But anyway, so it's from your logo. I dissected your logo and then reassembled it. But I had to create the rest of the O because in the logo, the official logo, you don't see the top of the O.
Right.
So I put this up on Facebook on your page saying, hey, we made this new GIF. And anyways, your wife goes, I love it. I made it. And I'm like, well, you made the logo, but not the GIF. Right. So anyways, but I also reversed the colors, which is not always easy to do, believe it or not.
Right.
So her color scheme, black ink. I can't pull it up right there. Sorry, but it's black ink, as you guys can see, right?
Black and white. Yeah,
so, the white background, and what I did was black background, and we call that reverse or negative. So I used the negative. Anyways, kind of fun.
It looks great.
But that logo is super awesome. Anyways,
I like the hat. I like the way the hat goes on. And my wife and I talked about that before. I just never
grab your fedora.
Like putting the fedora on last, but it was too much work, and it would take somebody with a big brain to do that.
Grab your fedora.
Grab my what?
Your hat. That's why it makes so much sense, because he wears this hat. So it's a joke.
Not in the house usually, but
anyways, but it's a brilliant logo. It looks good. It's interesting. It's not a copycat thing where you went to every other finance guy's logo and said, let me put a dollar sign or a cigar, or a stack of gold bricks. It's unique.
That is something I will, if I may share something. Yeah. I went to see one of my retailers. This it was Monday, and I went in, and it was I can give them the plug. It doesn't matter. Eastside Tires.
There you go.
In Indianapolis on Washington Street, East Washington.
We'll send the mail in Eastside Tires.
Yeah, and he his name is Tasso. I stopped in and we were talking, and he goes, "You know what? Every time you've been with me, for so long, I really appreciate everything you do. Great." He goes, "You know what? I got to tell you something. I'm about to leave." And he goes, "I want to tell you this." And I go, "What?" And he goes, "You bring class every time I see you." And I looked at him and I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "The way you dress, you come in here, you don't have your pants halfway down your butt." He used another word for butt. I didn't know if that was acceptable or not, but I'll keep it PG. And he goes like this: "You look great, and you bring a touch of old school back into it." And I go, "Well, my grandfather wore these, and he dressed like this, and I just like the way it looks." So
you grew up in Chicago. Let's just put it straight. If you don't pay me, I'm gonna.
No, that was not. I don't think that was ever.
The New York Italian mob married into the Chicago Irish mob, and the Stepkes.
I'm Polish. Whatever. I'm Polish Hungarian. I'm not Irish, but my wife is Italian Irish.
But that doesn't sound scary.
I know it doesn't sound good. I actually married into the Italian family. So, if anything, if you met the Ferraros, and I think I've said this before, but her family, I think the whole family's great. I love my family. My brothers are awesome. It's two different. I'm not like my brothers. My brothers are totally different from me. I think I said that before. That's how come I love Mike O'Connor so much, because he reminds me of one of my brothers. And my wife's side of the family, they're awesome too. And just all the Ferraros are great. My brother-in-law, Greg, who's up in New York, my brother-in-law, Kevin, who's down in Georgia, all my sister-in-laws, and they are actually like my brothers and sisters. Barb, Linda, Lori, they are, I think of them just like my sisters. And so it's great.
They are your sisters. I mean,
they are my sisters. They are, and I don't use in-law except now. I usually, it's love you, bro, love you, sis.
I'm the same way. My wife and I have been married for 20 years. I mean,
yeah. Well, and same with mine and my wife, and I do that and her dad. Her dad, they're just great people. But anyway, so let me fast forward to my sister's reception. Linda, she got married. We're at the reception, and I'm walking around with Greg, and I think I told the story on another one, but it's just funny how the Italian, in my mindset, this is the Italian way.
Hang on a second. Anybody, any Italians in the audience? If you're Italian, comment. I want to see any Italians we got.
So anyways, my wife, she was part of the wedding. I was not, but I'm talking to Greg, whatever we were doing, and we were talking to Dad, and he was going somewhere. I said, "I love you, Dad," and he went the other way. And you see Uncle Freddie is over there with a bunch of people over to the side. And you see him gesturing over to like this to me and Greg. And we look and Greg goes, all right, no matter what you do, just don't tell your jokes or whatever, anything like that. Okay.
Don't be yourself.
Yeah, don't be yourself. That's the famous line from the Ferraros when I first meet somebody.
This is what Mike says in response to you remind him of a brother.
Yeah, well, love you, Mike. You're a great guy. And don't feel sorry. It's glad to talk to somebody on the LinkedIn network that reminds me of my family. So it helps me out a lot. But anyways, so we go over there and Greg or Uncle Freddie, and I swear to God, he talked. In my mind, this is how he talked. He goes, so I see you talking to Tony over there. You know what? You said I love you to him. What are you doing? And I go, well, he's like my father. I mean, he's my father-in-law. I love him just like my regular father. You know, that's a good thing. I wish my son-in-law was like that. You know what? I like you. You're a good kid. You're a good kid. And he's, patting me on. That's how I remembered it. Now, even though the family says that never happened, he doesn't talk like that. In my mind, that's how
That's how you heard it.
Yep, that's how I heard it. And, and that was it. And, I remember him shaking my hand. He greased my palms with like a wedding present for me and my wife a little bit. And that was it. And I walked away. And that's how I remember Uncle Freddie. So that's mine. But
that's all that matters.
Yep, that's all that matters.
I tell my kids all the time, I said, look, perception is very so when you are doing things, you always want to try to be cognizant of how people are going to perceive it. Like smile, overemphasize the smile so people don't think that you're grumpy. Try to speak so that people don't think that you're being aggressive.
Right.
I mean, stand up straight, don't slouch. If you're at work, you probably shouldn't be. You should always be doing something, not sitting there idle. And it's not about reality. You might have just worked for 8 hours straight. You might even be working overtime, and you're just taking a little bit of breather because you've been putting it in. But the person is going to walk in and look at you right at that moment and not have any context for anything else that's happened and see that and make a judgment. You got to be careful. And again, that's where, and Mike and I have had this conversation a lot of times. You could be fighting the right fight. You could be doing the right thing, but people don't come in at the start. They don't know all the backstory. They only know what they see right then and there. And yeah, people will make snap judgments. There's no doubt about it.
Yep.
But you don't want to lose public perception when it's not. Right. So what I'm saying is not that, you should never make the comment or never fight the fight. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that always try to be cognizant of the perception so that you can minimize any damage that could happen.
Right.
Do that. Not just on social media. It does.
But that's it. That's in everyday life anyways.
Right. That's a life skill. Right. No doubt about it.
Well, my son, it's funny you say that about this, smiling and stuff. And we teach our kids. My wife says I can't smile. Right. I have a fake smile and I can't smile. But my son's smiling.
But you have the nice eyes. Like when I think
this is my time to shine since we got to wear masks. So
I think when you're in the room, even if you don't have like the big there's a not nice way to say it, but a big smile on your face, right? When you don't have that cheesy grin on your face, but just right there, what you got, that's friendly and warm.
It's called, well, my mother used to call it my smirk.
It doesn't come off as a smirk,
right?
You know what I mean? Like it comes off as you're being friendly and kind,
right?
So I think that's the reason why people like you, Joe, because like when you don't have like a resting face that looks like you're irritated. I do. Like sometimes people are looking at me and they're like, "What are you mad about?" I'm like, "I'm not mad about nothing." You look like you're frowning. And I tell people that's one of the downsides of having the goatee is it shapes the lips down.
Right.
It looks like I'm frowning even when I'm really not.
Right.
And I have a huge overbite. So
I have the goatee somewhat, but it's shaved down. I usually shave mine down. I just got my hair cut yesterday.
Well, and your hair is lighter than mine. That's what I'm going to say. Lighter, not
yeah,
gray.
And gray. Yeah, I know. It's all right.
That was going to be nice. But you're old.
But you know what? When my son smiles, Ira, I don't know if you've ever seen the episode of Big Bang with Sheldon trying to smile.
Big Bang is a show on TV.
Yeah, and he's like, he's trying to do
an episode.
He's trying to do the smile and it doesn't look right. That is my son smiling.
Big Bang Theory, is that what it is?
Big Bang Theory. Yep.
So I know that show. I think it was CBS even. How about that?
Yes, it was. It was CBS.
Wow, bro. Look at me. I know. Never seen it. Now they have my wife. Kid now, right?
Yeah, it's called Young Sheldon. I don't watch it. But I do have all the good job, Ira. Good job.
You want to know why I know that?
Why?
Because of football.
Okay.
They play football. Now, I know you don't watch sports, but they play football on the AFC. A lot of the times is broadcast on CBS. And so I will see commercials for the CBS shows because I'm a Raiders fan. They're in the AFC. They get played on on CBS anyways.
Right.
That's why I know.
Well,
that's the kind of knowledge that you can get from me.
Exactly. And that's some good stuff because you know what? That would be useful in a segment of Joe After Dark.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We're going to hit a home run. The hockey thing that you do. I don't know. I don't even know how to do it. Anyways.
Well, what the home run or like?
Yeah. He's going to score a home run with the hockey stick.
I actually don't know. I think home run. I used to play hockey. So yeah, home run.
Did you know that Professor Pete is one of my favorite people on all of LinkedIn?
Yeah, it's because he just put Go Raiders right now. That's it.
Not just now. All the time. Love that guy. Love it.
He is awesome.
Oakland A's
is a professor of stress relief.
This guy, you got to go to Professor Pete's stress relief tips on LinkedIn. He's got over 100 videos. They're 1 to 2 minutes each. I watch them all the time. So they're great because they're free, they're quick, and who doesn't have stress? I mean, we all have stress. Now, there's different levels.
Right.
My stress days, my highest stress days are the days I talk to Mike. But yeah, this guy. But this guy helps me. Anyways, so he's got a business page on LinkedIn you can view. You can go to he's got a website, he's got a YouTube channel.
He's got a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He is very I mean, out of all, if I ever go into like an anxiety thing again, like I did last year with the whole like mini stroke or whatever, I would call him up. I would feel so comfortable to just go like this. Hey, Professor, can I call you? And I know he would take the call.
Yeah, you know his backstory. He almost died himself. He literally lost his best friend. He was his best. They were friends from high school. He was the best man in his wedding, and he died in his 40s, I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong there, Professor Pete. But anyways, from stress-related issue, he had cancer. I know the stress. Pete had a form of, I want to say it was diabetes.
Yep.
Right, and that he almost lost his life. He was in the hospital.
And still trying to work.
His boss was like, you got a meeting you're going to run at 8 o'clock. What are you going to do? And I'm like, anyways, this is why Pete does it. He doesn't do it for money. He does it to help people. So he would definitely do.
And he actually has a genuine great heart. He does. And it's funny, the network of people that we surround ourselves with, it really does. The network of people, they all have really good hearts.
Well,
from Damon, who we saw yesterday, down to Nick Dorsey. We've already mentioned Mike.
Mike who?
Mike O'Connor, the MMA guy. But it's just the people that we surround ourselves with.
He said that is anyways,
no, it's not Mike.
Here's one thing that I will say, right? The people that are in my inner circle or the circle I swim with, everybody's different, which I like, but everybody has a couple things for the most part that are true. And we all want to get something out. We all want, to cause. And then, like, for me, my cause is Project Help You Grow.
Right.
I make my living with Bowman Coaching and Bowman Digital Media. Well, mostly Bowman Digital Media. I only have a couple clients left on Bowman Coaching because I don't push it. But Project Help You Grow is my cause. I'm trying to help connect speakers to the employers and the recruiters out there who have jobs to fill, for free. And I pay for that website and I do all that effort for that. That's my cause. But for Professor Pete, he's trying to get people, to that stress relief is out there for free and it's important. Don't ignore your health. Right. You've got Joe the Finance Guy stuff going on where you're trying to, help people with payment options, no credit needed payment options.
And it's not just, and I say this because I even had a call today. It's not about what the payment options I offer. I help people. I was on a call today and they were asking me, like we were talking about traditional financing, when would we use the no credit needed payment option? And I was walking them through. I said, you're going to need a traditional. You're going to have to use, and I only say this because Wells Fargo is the bank that I use personally and have been. They're actually my personal bank account. But I said, Wells Fargo. Say again.
So you and I could fight about this one.
Yep. But I said, you need to have a traditional financing option, get in touch with that. And then if you get denials or something else, or somebody doesn't want to run credit for financing, go and use the no credit needed payment.
Right. And there are examples of cases where that could be the case. Let's say somebody needs tires or that new cell phone or a new mattress or whatever. It's $1,000. They're ready to buy a home or maybe even a car. And they know they don't want their credit to be dinged for the check. And that's a situation where they don't want financing this weekend. But I want to say something else so people know out there. When you hire Joe works for Acima Credit. These opinions are not Acima's, they're ours.
Yep, they are. Thank you very much. Okay. Ira, you're awesome. Thank you.
I've been doing this a while. Okay, so here's the thing. You're not just there and going to talk only about what you do.
Right.
When I was in the print business and I was selling people print products, it was the same thing. When they were getting me, all of me. So they would use me for advice on how to expand their business and, run things by me like, hey, we're going to try this. What do you think? You know what I mean? Or, hey, Ira, do you know anybody who fill in the blank? And that's how I am. I still am that way. And you're that way. You're people to know, like when you join our network, when you engage with us, win-win networking, which is what we teach with serviceprofessionalsnetwork.com, right? And we talk about the golden rule, treat others as you would want them to treat you. That's what we're all trying to do here.
Yep.
In our network. Is why our network gets along, right?
Yep.
We're all different, so we're not competing with each other, but we're also all willing to help each other, which is awesome. And then you get this type of, if anybody's selfish, they don't stick around.
Right.
Come in and be around for a little bit, but eventually that veneer falls off and you can kind of identify that they're all about themselves. Like I could tell you for a fact, Pete is not selfish.
Nope.
Joseph Stepke is not selfish. Mike O'Connor is not selfish. I mean, that might surprise you.
Oh my God, Mike, you got to get this recorded and keep it. Sorry.
He is not selfish. Now he is a social media attention whore. But he's not selfish.
Right.
That dude will go to the end of the earth to help people. I can look. If I really wanted to, like, rip the skin off this thing, I could tell you guys stuff about Mike and what he's done behind the scenes to help people. It would shock you how far he's willing to go to help people.
He helped me.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm not going to tell the story. There are people alive today that might not be alive if Mike O'Connor hadn't gotten involved. Okay. I'm not going to share a story. I don't have the time and I don't want to get into it. And it might come across as self. So I'm not going to do it. But that's all I'm going to say. The people that come in our network that are faking it, and there's been a few over the years.
Yeah.
With me and Mike, right? Because we've been swimming together neck and neck for a long time. Seen them come and go. People come and go. And
right.
Usually what it boils down to is they don't have that true sense of helping others. Professor Pete has it in spades. Now, we all get frustrated when our messages fall flat. We think that, it's not win-win. When you're front-loading effort for somebody, boom after boom after boom, and you don't see any return, people could get frustrated with that, and I get it.
Right.
And that happens to me. Because again, he's going out of the way. He's building this network, social service professionals network.com, that allows people to promote their stuff for free, all kinds of ways to help people. And then, they don't even make a profile on his site. It's like, dude, you've been years. You can't make a free profile. Take you 30 seconds. And by the way, guy, it's going to help you in everything you do. It's going to increase your SEO. It's going to increase your engagement on all the social media platforms. And by the way, it helps me too. Like, I appreciate it if you just take 30 seconds to help your friend. So anyways, it's like that. That's where, anyways, social media can be a bit messy. And that perception is important to tie it all back together. Like, don't be a user. You know what I mean? Professor Pete, out his stuff anytime, every time, all the time, because he's a first-class person. And Joe Stepke, the same thing. Mike, I
started laughing what he just put.
What did he put? I'm a freaking person. I'm an He is. But he's 6'5", so don't get on his bad side. He's the next MMA fighter. I wouldn't want to cage fight him. I'm making a free website right now. Yeah. We could talk about the merits. You guys take care. I have another appointment. Get out of here, you big meanie. All right. So open session. I'm opening this up. We've got a few people in the audience. We've got 14 people on LinkedIn. I don't know how many are on YouTube right now, but we got 14, which it's not a bad, carry for us. So got a question for Joe or for Ira. Pop it in the comments, and we will do our best to answer it. We've got like 120 seconds before we start.
You see the comments for YouTube and all that, Ira?
So we don't have anybody watching this on YouTube right now. It doesn't look like, and that holds true. We did have. I don't know if she's still there, but we had Jennifer on Facebook. Now, if you're on LinkedIn or YouTube, and you're trying to find this on Facebook, what you have to do is you have to go to Bowman Digital Media, hit that follow button on my business page. That's broadcast. Now, also, if you're not on Instagram, but you want to see my Instagram posts on Facebook, I carry those over. I've tied those accounts together. So my Instagram goes to my Bowman Digital Media. So it's more of my professional stuff. So you're going to get the videos, photos, and then I post some stuff on Bowman Digital Media too. It's not a huge outlet for me. I think I got like 67 followers at the moment. So it's relatively small. But that's where you can find us on Facebook if you're looking.
Yep.
Okay. And we got a comment. Oh, this is just for Mike. I think Mike was saying when I went, That's an upgrade, Mr. O'Connor. From that to that. Nah. I didn't mute you this week. I haven't muted Mike in 2 weeks. I should get a badge for that. Now, in full disclosure, I haven't been on a show with him in the last 2 weeks, but still, it's true nonetheless. I have not muted him in 2 weeks.
Well, that's a good thing.
I think it's a warning.
It is. I think that is awesome.
Okay, so what do you got planned for the rest of the week? So you're gonna be
for the rest of the week. I have to do. Well, I am going to do that jewelry I'm doing an article about jewelry, and especially coming into the holidays now, that why an alternative funding option for the retail stores, the jewelry retail stores, is a good option going into the holidays.
Right? We just talked about a reason. One of the reasons is because you have a big purchase coming up in the near term, and you don't want to affect your credit.
Correct.
Okay.
That's another one. Also, for the people that they don't have the money, but they still want to get something for their loved ones and be able to afford it. Once they get approved, they go in there and get something. Maybe it's for their significant other, whatever it is.
And the fees can be less on a credit card, like they were going to run it on the credit card less. And that,
you have a 90-day payment option to pay it off, and you also could go the full term. And when you're going the full term, we report to Experian the payment history too, which is great.
You can build your credit.
Yep.
All right, so you're going to be Exit Your Way roundtable tomorrow?
Say again?
You're going to be on the Exit Your Way roundtable?
No. I'll be out on the road tomorrow. I'll be out on the road tomorrow. I finish some things up, and then Friday.
Follow me.
And I wish I could be. I've been lax, but when I'm out on the road, I focus on that. But I might get on from the road. It just depends where I'm at.
The follow me.
And then Friday is follow me. And I'll be working from the office then. But I also, at 2:00 Eastern, I have my conference call in the morning, and then 2:00 Eastern, another region wants me to be on their conference call to talk about a few things. So, which is great.
Awesome.
Say again, Ira? I'm sorry you broke up.
How to have an awesome website?
Yeah, how to have an awesome website. No,
JoeTheFinanceGuy.com, people. JoeTheFinanceGuy.com.
I do talk about the website. I talk about how I branded myself. I am very lucky on the way I branded Joe the Finance Guy. I'm very lucky on that. Going back years, I'm lucky that you helped me, Bowman Digital Media, helped me with the website, which was awesome. And actually not helped me, did the website, because helping entails I had something to do with it. I had nothing to do with it. That was all you.
Well, you did. You hired me. That's the smart thing.
Well, that might be true. However,
look at that. 69% don't have $1,000 in the bank.
Right.
I would be hurting right now if I didn't have $1,000 in the bank. Okay. See, this is the logo that your wife made. Super wonderful. It's so clean.
Yeah, I love my Catwoman.
This is the alternative. I made it white, and then I took, as you're going to see, I took the hat off.
Yep.
And I built it, and then I put the hat on right at the end.
Yep.
Just for effect.
And I love it. That is great. But anyways,
look, all I got to do is just fill this out right on your homepage. Right? Yep. All I got to fill this thing out, and you will respond to them lickety split.
Correct. Yes, I will. And I've already gotten, I've gotten referrals already from it. It is funny, I will tell you, and I don't know if I told you this or not, a person that I've been going after for years. It was a computer company out in Newcastle, Indiana. Great person, had a great conversation. Called me up. He goes, "You've been coming by for years. You come by yearly to stop by. I'd like to sign up with you today." And he just signed up with me, so which was great.
I just realized we don't have SPN on here. We got to add them.
Yes,
I know how to do that. I'll take care of that for you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Because when I try to add something on, it's an all-day thing for me.
Yeah. Don't break your website. I'll do it.
Thank you very much. I got a guy.
Yeah.
I got a guy that helps me.
This is Joe. This is Joe the Finance Guy. Okay. So if you guys are out there, I want you to do me a favor. Go visit it. Go view it. Check it out. Learn more about Joe Stepke. And if you like it and you need a website, then you can talk to me. And if you don't like it, it's because Joe broke it.
Oh my gosh, no. I would tell you, if you knew what my website was before, first off, it was just a one pager. It didn't have the different pages up at the top that you could go to partners, whatever. Ira really did a great job on doing it. And plus, with the partners tab, it was a way to help build SEO for other.
Yeah.
Am I saying it right? Because I know it's not ranking, but build SEO.
Yeah. So look here, you can see his videos, where he explains all kinds of different stuff. This is actually where he does business.
Indianapolis, yep.
Is the old website had New York, which I just don't understand, but anyways, it did. This is really cool too. I love testimonials. You want to read real people have written this. This isn't something that he made up. These are things that people really wrote that work with him, and it ties back. If you click on it, it ties back to their LinkedIn profiles.
Yeah,
pretty cool. So it helps them too.
I got to do some video. I got to get video testimonials on there.
Yeah, and that's working on right now for my clients. In fact, I'm gonna have to do that with you. So my clients can kind of do it on video, say what that they want to say, be more believable than they just had somebody write this for them. You know what I mean? But this is.
I have one, Ira. I should send it to you to just try it because I did do one. I'm going to send it to you. I'll send it to you after we get off.
Yeah.
And see what you think. And maybe that could be the test one that we could work with. How do we put it on the website?
Yeah. The only question really that I have is, should it be a slide and just one at a time, or should it be a whole series of them and you just click the one that you're interested in? That's really the only, the type of video and all that stuff. I already have that figured out, but
gotcha.
I also have a new client that I'm working with, and they have in-depth PDF. So what we're doing is making the PDF. So if you click on it, it goes to the PDF on a new tab, which is something I had never done before, which is cool. Now I know how to do that too. I just learned how to do that.
Interesting. I was looking on the thing because Russ is on, and I was seeing who the LinkedIn user was.
Oh, yeah, because it says LinkedIn user.
Because I could find out just by looking at it. All right, post. I just have to go in and look at it.
I was supposed to talk to you today about a sponsorship opportunity at SPN.
Who, me?
Yeah, I might have just blown that for you. Sorry. Mike, you just forget this conversation. You don't. Fine.
All right. Who was it? It was that's Professor. Okay, that was where you see that.
Yes, we did.
George Davis. Oh, George Davis.
This was
4 minutes ago.
I don't know. There's a couple people that we've got that
are going the wrong way.
Grayed out. It could be, but anyways, LinkedIn. The part
Ron Higgs. Ron Higgs is here. Hi, Ron.
Oh, Ron. Which one is he? Did he say yes, we did?
Yeah, he said yes, we did, and Russ was on as well. So Russ was on. Russ on.
Okay.
And stuff. So yep. I just wanted to see who and Ron. Ron. I was talking. I don't know if you were here earlier, but I was saying we had such a great conversation that we went to the networking event, even though it was canceled. So, but and I were on there.
For the future, now you guys know that check the event page on LinkedIn.
I will.
Yeah,
I will do that in the future.
Yeah, that'll right. And again, I'm going to pull that up just so that everybody can see it. So here it is, and I'm going to put the link one more time. If you guys want to sign up. So sign up for Tuesday, the 22nd, speed networking. Oops, I'm putting this in the wrong spot. That is exciting. But here, so now it's in the comments, and there it is. Okay, so sign up for the Tuesday, the 22nd speed networking event with Mike and Ira. You click on that right there, and we will be good. Okay.
All right. Awesome. I got it. I don't know why. If it shows that my face is down still, I don't know why.
I'm not sure what's going on. It's frozen on my screen too, but I still see you live and everything looks fine.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at myself. You're in the show, so but that's all right.
It is what it is.
Maybe it's the StreamYard. Oh, you're looking at it on LinkedIn versus StreamYard.
That's what it is. I've got this shared. So
ta-da. See, I'm not even over there and I knew it. I'm good.
Yeah, that's what it was. It froze up over there. So anyways, I
just noticed my bald head, so I didn't want to.
I've got this link here now up in the comments, right? So sign up for the Tuesday the 22nd networking event.
Yep.
We are going to update that every day if there's any announcements or changes. So I just start putting that up every Wednesday. So the event was always going to be on Tuesdays. The next day, I'll make the event page for the next one. And then, if we have any guests coming on or anything special, or if there's any changes like, hey, sorry, cancel, we'll put the notifications all there. And you guys can share that link. You can also invite people through LinkedIn. The more the merrier. Now, the room will hold 200 people. So first 200 to sign up are the ones that get in. Okay.
Yep.
Anyway, I think we've run our course for this week.
I think we have. It's always a pleasure having a cup of Joe with Ira. And hi, Nick. How are you?
I didn't.
How are you? Your wife made it.
I didn't even finish.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, no, I didn't finish the coffee.
Oh, well. So sorry. That's a good thing.
It's still warm. Somebody was asking me how many times, I saw this on Facebook yesterday. How many times a day do you heat up cold coffee? And I don't ever, because I use a thermal mug, so it stays warm until I'm done.
Yep. The Yeti I have would probably keep it.
Look at this hot babe. She's even coming to us from LinkedIn. You're not supposed to be looking at a screen. Get off the screen.
Now, wait a minute. I know when she FaceTimed your daughter because I saw the picture on Facebook.
Yeah, she's
in bed, and I saw the picture on there.
She's on the screen.
Yep.
I came to bed last night at midnight, and she was watching hurricane stuff.
Yeah, and is your daughter okay? I mean, everything's fine. From what I read, I thought she was all right.
Yeah, so the hurricane, my daughter's in Pensacola, Florida at PCC, and she's up on the 4th floor. Anyways, they build those dorm rooms, I guess, for category 3 or 4s, and this was a category 2. So it wasn't a wind event because it is a rain event. And they're supposed to get, I guess, historic flooding. So that'll be fun. And my daughter doesn't have to she's saying make me get off the screen.
Yep.
He never finished the coffee because I refill. That's down. This is somebody who really knows me. It's always hot and it's never empty.
Yep.
Except for sometimes I go out there and somebody's drank all my coffee. Just saying. I listen more than I want.
Nick, knock it off. We already went through that. We're not going to go through this again. I don't like it.
I love that.
Here we go.
Just won some brownie points, Nick. Hey, how's the pool coming along, dude? Is it done? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen a picture. The last time I saw it, they had finished all the plumbing. You know what I mean?
We need to go out there when he gets his pool finished.
He's closer to me than you. I think I could be there in 5 hours. Have a great day, everybody. Later, Mr.
See you later, Mike.
All right, we should probably go too. I got things to do.
Yeah. I got the guys are finishing the room on the house. I think I told you that I was originally getting the screen room put on.
Yeah.
And we made it an all-weather room, and they just framed it out today. So it should be done by Friday.
You know, if I had an all-weather room, you know what it would be?
What?
Just like shade. I just need patio. It's
Well,
still,
this is for my wife. Actually, it's for her. I have my own room that actually got bigger and everything else, but this is for her.
I think he's saying the pool's going to be done next week. So
Good.
Nick is saying Bowman's in about a week and a half. This is what Mike and I have in common. I don't do marijuana, but I do coffee. Come on out. I will take you up on that.
Oh, that is funny.
He isn't making you. Right. What am I going to do?
Right.
I'm
That'd be
strong.
like trying to make my wife do something.
I'm stronger than her. I could out wrestle her, but not really winning. I don't know if that's winning. Sabrina, that's why we're here. We're here to entertain you. This is kind of like the Beavis and Butthead show or an episode of Friends. There is no plot.
Oh my God, I should have. Do you mean I should have done a cornholio like this? Let me see if I could do it with my vest. Hold on a minute. And do cornholio. That is good. Cornholio for my.
I need my
cornholio. The TP for my bunghole, but
got stuck.
See, wow, that looks good.
I want to hide all that hair. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly.
I'm not less hairy than I used to be. The hair moved south. Figure that out. And with that lovely visual, y'all,
we're out of here.
We're out of here. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Come join us for another
Cup of Joe.
No. We still can't dance. But you make it look good with that fedora, baby.
Thank you very much. I try.
Oh my God, these glasses are filthy dirty. I need to clean them. Wow. That can't be good for my eyes.
I like the red.
The reds are my favorite. The blues are the most popular. Should wear them more often, I guess.
I like the red.
This is my newest pair.
Well, no, that's sort of plain.
Did you know these ones have my name on them?
No, I didn't.
It's in case I ever forget.
Nice.
All right, y'all. See you later. We out of here.
Everybody.